Yeah, shout out to Roseanne, man.
Last couple things that I want to get, or I think that's the last thing that we'll get to. Sharp just isn't important enough time to cover. I think that we should cover Zherka. Do y'all know who Zherka is?
I heard of him.
So Zherka is also, we're staying in the vein of these are just people who get canceled off of platforms because they just say crazy
things.
Crazy things.
Kamikaze artists.
Yeah, kamikaze artists. So Zherka is a guy who would go to Fresh and Fit when Myron was doing the whole Klansman thing.
The white dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
The white dude. So I started watching Bradley Martyn's podcast. Let me just go throw that out there. Does anybody watch that?
I'm aware of it.
I know who he is, but I don't watch him.
He is a Nelk boy.
Yeah.
But I started watching, which I didn't realize Nelk Boys is a conglomerate of powerhouses that were already successful before they came together. Is that what that was?
Nelk Boys, Impulsive are brother cousins. Like they're all connected.
Yeah, but so I think like the Nelk Boys is like, because he was already a fitness influencer that had a podcast.
All these people had something. It's just it wasn't until they linked up and it was like, all right,
then they became these
synonymous
things.
with each other.
Gotcha. Okay. But I'm rocking with Bradley Martyn's podcast. I've watched 2 this week.
He's cool.
And I was like, this is pretty straight. And it's pretty straight. Like,
which one of them was the dude who had the Papa John's voice?
Who had the Papa John's voice?
Yeah, one of them dudes from Nelk. I don't think he's with him anymore, actually. One of the dudes that was there but's not there anymore. He was like the voice on the fucking commercial.
The one who was arguing
I don't know.
with...
I don't even know what Papa John sounds like.
Oh, okay.
It might have been the one who was arguing with Andrew, but I don't know.
Steiny?
It wasn't Steiny. It was
Steiny's still there,
It
though.
was somebody else.
Okay, but I had
anyway.
these videos in order, so I don't know how you have them open, but I had them in order of where I wanted to play them.
Yeah,
Are his knees small or my
first one.
bugging?
Okay.
Nah, his knees are pretty small, and he's on the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was...
He admits it himself. He's
He
on
does?
the juice.
Okay. Because I couldn't tell just because I just started getting into his podcast content, but I couldn't tell. They talk about steroids here and there, but I can't hear a clear answer whether he does it or not.
In the fitness world, he's somebody too.
He's big deal. He's a big deal.
He's a big deal.
He has the gyms. The gyms that... Remember when Blueface and Krishan...
He owns a gym.
He owns 2 gyms
his
in
own
LA.
gym.
Yeah.
Franchise.
Zoo.
Yeah, the zoo.
I remember this.
You remember when Blueface and Krishan went there? That's where they was at. They was at his gym.
And I remember him talking about it. He was like, it's not a place for, influencers to meet up at the gym and, create content. And that's what I wanted to be and woody whoop whoop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wanted to be the place where all the gym influencers can, link up and come to his gym.
He did it, though.
Which, shout out to him.
And he getting his little energy drinks off, his clothing and merch. But he has Zherka on, and Zherka's one of these dudes that, got banned from Twitch for talking crazy. And Zherka is an extremist.
I was about to say, if I could describe him, he's like the wild white boy in high school.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He's talked about religion consistently throughout this entire thing. But then he also talked about doing coke the entire thing. Then he also talked about taking 7 different types of steroids at one point of his life.
And shit.
Quaaludes. And he was talking. It's just
he's lived a full life.
Everything he says is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's this podcast was chopped up and edited. Not crazy, but there was definitely, you could tell they did their fair share of editing. And I just thought it was funny because I screen recorded this part. I thought this would be a good part to watch first, just so you can kind of see where he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then we'll jump into some of the crazy shit that I just screen recorded because I thought it was pretty funny. Go, you can watch this.
Jake Paul, right? Damn, if we edit that out, they'll say that this is the greatest podcaster of all time. But and you know what's funny? The stuff that interests me, I made cue cards and I studied how to be a podcaster when I podcasted for a year. Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, Alex Jones, Trump, all the buzzwords I studied, so everything that comes out of my mouth gets clipped up because I'm in a rush to get famous and rich. But it's not fake because it actually interests me. It's
funny.
There's a lot of aliens, gets a lot of views. I don't talk about it. I don't believe in it. But Jake Paul thing, a lot of people said I'm just bullying Mike Malak because I'm just yelling at him and I called him a dumb liberal bitch and a whore. And I said, I define a whore for you. You're a whore. I don't think I was bullying because it all started from Zherka. I don't want to answer your question. And I said,
yeah, but he's entitled to not answer your fucking question though.
But the point is, I said you won't answer it, and he said yes, I will.
Oh,
it's one of those
Okay,
this is what I don't like about.
So yeah, that was just one of the layer preference, right? So this nigga's gonna say crazy shit, but he kind of knows what he's doing.
And he's
too.
also gonna make himself look like
this.
the hero.
He looks like a calculated nigga.
It's calculated.
Any
complete
nigga that puts
insanity.
2 wristbands on
Yeah,
is moving with intention.
I want to
Bro.
say, you know, for all the blind listeners, he is matching 100%.
100.
Like red, white, and blue.
This is meticulous.
Yeah.
Pants are black.
And this was a 3-hour podcast, and I'm not gonna lie, this was a action-packed throughout you can just hear the energy in his voice. He doesn't lose energy, bro. He's up the whole time. Like he's
Look
like,
at his posture. He's not leaning back.
that's what I'm saying. He's on 10, bro.
And he goes through different phases.
Yeah, so let's look at the next one. Like,
This nigga's like a customizable character.
yeah,
You know,
bro, he's amazing, bro. It's like I can understand how he even said something. He was like, yeah, people listen to me. He said, I have a cult like fan base. Like, he was like, I know what I'm doing. Like, after 10 minutes, like I have a new member of my cult. Like, I'm like, you're right, bro. I get it. Like, I wouldn't like. I'm not the type to just be a cult member of anybody's shit. But it's like I can see why he's such a huge fucking appeal.
Why he's a draw.
Yeah,
Look at this nigga.
It's leech. It's crazy, but yeah, let's watch this next. 'Cause I don't even know what this is about. But
Sin or not, it doesn't matter. I'm saying why it's so important to be saved. And I don't mean just be saved for yourself. You have to spread the word. No matter how corny you look, you spread the gospels to the 4 wings of the earth. When you're saved, there's a snowball effect. That Zherka, drug dealer Zherka, is this guy now. Oh, I'm in the right trajectory. If I was going the other way, you'd be like, yeah, that fucking Bible ain't working for him. But once you're saved, you start to do good things instinctively, like a snowball effect. And I'm a Catholic, but I get attacked by Catholics.
You're saying there's no saving in these other religions? What do you mean?
No. There's no saving. The whole premise of Christianity is to be saved. In other religions, they say, well, you have to be a good person. And in Christianity, you don't even have to. You just got to be saved. And you have to become a better person and actually progress. But the point is, it happens naturally as a Christian. Because when you're saved, you're not saying, I'm a Christian as a fashion statement. You actually believe that you're being watched by an eternal being. So when you're saved, you start to move like you're being watched. And the byproduct of that is you live better, way better. The other religions, especially Sneeko, will say to me like, no, I don't like Christians because you can sin and still be saved. No, you have to be perfect. You have to. Who the fuck is perfect? Who the fuck? No one's perfect.
So, yeah,
There's only one
boss.
man.
So yeah, I think I just put that in there because it's just funny that like in his like rage of talking about drugs, he'll have a religious rant. He has
what I
religious
mean.
rants like this.
like all the drugs he was talking about, he might be on them.
Yeah, at once.
At
right
once.
now.
He kept offering Bradley coke throughout the whole. He was like, "Bro, let's just do a line, bro." Like, it was like,
Chill out.
bro. Maybe I didn't
That
screen
same
record.
guy just now?
Yes, bro. I'm sure I screen recorded at least one crazy part. This nigga is action packed, bro. Like
Why
I
not? Jesus
put it in
would
order
forgive
just
you.
so it was just like warm you up, just so you can see all the facets of this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga got one sleeve and
It's
on
like
his
when he
left hand.
changes a piece of his outfit, he becomes a different character.
For dead ass, bro. It's crazy, bro. Like the 3 hours, I've been fully entertained. Like, and like, I know he's not somebody that I could. And he kind of even said it. He's not somebody I'm watching every fucking day. Like, this content, it ain't that good to me.
Yeah.
But like with certain people, like he even said, he was like, "You're somebody that can get the best out of me because you're kind of even tempered and stuff like that. I don't want to watch you as Sneeko. It's just gonna be Sneeko's gonna be trying to compete with this natural high that you have.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be fucking annoying. Bradley's more just like chilling. I'm gonna let this nigga cook, and I'm
Yeah.
just gonna edit him as you watch this podcast. He's flying off the rails, and there's like these hard cuts every so often. But it's the perfect person to talk to because Bradley gonna let him go, and then we'll just chop out the shit that'll get my channel strikes.
When you were watching it, was you like he studied these points before he went up here?
Zherka?
Zherka.
Yeah, yeah. Just like that's why I put that other clip in there where he's like, I studied these people. That way, every time I talk, I'm clippable as hell.
Yeah.
Because
Which is weird because you could do the same thing with like a dictionary and big words and like shit that will really help you.
But it made sense.
He's talking
though.
about.
I know what he's
Is he talking
talking
about the art of a soundbite though?
Yeah, essentially.
Just putting this shit in
He's
the
talking
format.
about the art of a soundbite, and also he also has a deal with 𝙿𝙾𝚂𝚃, which I didn't realize this was a thing. And he said this is what Andrew Tate did: was you paid this company $950,000, and with 𝙿𝙾𝚂𝚃, you signed to 𝙿𝙾𝚂𝚃. And what they do is all your podcasts and all your clips you go to, they make 1 million different accounts, and they post 500 clips of you a day. So
That's what Andrew Tate did.
Yeah.
that's what they said.
That's why he
Yeah.
never posted his own stuff. Yeah.
I thought he had that affiliate marketing.
That's what
thing.
it is.
That too
But
as well.
He did it. Oh,
He-
so he did that and
I think he did both. He did it first to initially get him popping, and then Hustlers University had the affiliate marketing thing as well. So he created them naturally on top of paying for his first initial.
And became the most Google man
So-
on the planet.
Yeah.
I was about to say, so what he was paying for, he took that idea and made his own shit.
And exactly, and then that's what Zherka said. He did that with Dan Bilzerian. Dan Bilzerian apparently has some sort of system like that as well too. And he was like, he went from getting searched 70,000 times a week to 570 or 500 and 600,000 times a week.
Sad though, right? Like,
Yeah,
who cares how many times you've gotten looked up? Like, it depends on the
matters.
kind.
Creates your
It
image
matter.
and your mystique.
Nah, but
It's marketing for you. You keep getting reposted.
Yeah, it matters because marketing is like, if you look at an album rollout or any rollout, there's more money dumped into the marketing than there normally is into the actual product.
Imagine 500 accounts a day posting some shit we posted.
That's a fact.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so
That's
it's like-
ridiculous.
yeah, even if you're just being Google search,
Yeah.
the more eyes it's in front of, the bigger the opportunity is. that you
We've seen what
convert.
one correct Reddit can do for you.
Right, yeah, you know what I'm
You
saying.
know what I'm saying?
But yeah, it made me think though for sure. I was like, God damn, I need to figure out what these companies are for us, because if there's a company that can go back and look at and start making 100 clips a day, I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm not mad at that, but
I'd pay
I'll-
for a service.
I'm not mad at that, but I wouldn't do that. Like,
Why not?
It's not. I'm gonna leave that to the loons. That's what loons do. You feel me? Like,
okay, so you feel like that's
I'm gonna
fake?
go out there and get real people before. Like, I don't care. Like,
Okay.
like having people look you up does not equate to money. You get
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
No, that's true.
Those two do not connect at all.
No,
In
no,
fact,
no.
they're
No,
completely set.
there's a little connection.
Nah.
No. I think you're just missing the fact that if I'm not looking at it as just, you're not looking at it as marketing dollars. You
I-
put,
I see
you know,
it.
you're boosting your original content.
It's
Yeah.
like paying Instagram to push your post.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. It's a form of promotion. You're not buying. I'm not buying.
It's not the
faking-
same as
Yeah.
fake views.
Yeah, I'm not buying fake views. I'm buying
Eyes.
I'm buying somebody to multiply me 100,000 times or 100 times a day. So instead of the one post that we do, they'll watch this whole podcast, and instead of me struggling to put out 10 clips, they'll make 500 clips out of this one episode and post them everywhere. That way, the more eyes we get, they'll be like, "What the hell is that?" and bring it back to this original location. That's what it's different than. I wouldn't do no buying views type shit though. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, but
Yeah.
and it's also, I don't know, man. It's also like what he's talking about. But if he said that I'm not the type of person that you'll just watch every day, then I have nothing else to say about it. Because if that's what he said, then I agree.
Yeah,
Because like,
yeah,
I don't know.
and that's for me. Like a kid, like a high schooler is eating this shit up though. You know what
You
I'm
feel
saying?
me?
But for me, I'm just looking at. I see the exposure play.
You know
part
what
of
I'm
it, You know what I
saying?
mean? But I think this might be some wild shit.
but at the same, I don't know, man. And like, he's like an Andrew Tate type of dude.
Pretty much,
He's cool. He's kind of funny, but
yeah.
I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, I can't be fully invested.
it's like I don't know.
He's saying so much radical shit, and that's the best way to put it. It's not even extreme. All of it is radical. He doesn't have moderate points. He only has radical points.
The way he speaks sounds that way. I've heard him speak outside of what we're looking at
Yeah,
now.
it's
And every
crazy.
time I've ever heard him open his mouth, it'd be radical
It's
shit.
only radical.
And
so
it's not
like,
even. It's not different radical. It's like his forefathers' thoughts.
Yeah,
It's
exactly,
not
yeah.
like his thoughts. It's not like new
No,
thoughts.
correct.
He's just reiterating what other people are saying.
Correct.
Which is cool, but it's not original.
It's not.
It's
No,
not
at
like
all.
you're not making it difficult for yourself. You're not growing.
That is true for sure.
Like he literally
100%.
just said he was just reading or Joe Rogan just hot keywords. Like, nigga, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you
said-
in it for?
He said because he wanted to be as rich as famous as quick as possible.
Hey man, shout out to Zherka, man. I really
You know what I'm
respect.
saying? Like-
But if that's
There's
what he
easier ways
wants,
to do this.
if that's what he wants, then he's doing it correctly.
He's doing everything correct.
He's
yeah.
doing everything correctly.
Yeah. But let's see what this one is.
Has a woman ever loved it as much as you? Never. Come on, dude.
Well, not as much
Stop.
as me.
You name one fitness influencer you've dated who does the amount of days you do, the work, the trains when they're sick. That doesn't exist, bro. Stop it. You know I'm
I know
motivated.
one. I know
you know
one.
I'm motivated, girl, but not a Bradley level.
Yeah, I mean, I know one.
Who?
I can't say the name.
Well, why don't you date her? You don't want to motivate a woman because that's masculine. When women are successful, it's either they're an OnlyFans whore or they're Hillary Clinton ugly, but they're smart. That's why you want a broke girl from Colombia. The passport bros got it right here. And
Bro, why is that a thing? This passport bro shit.
because, how old are you?
34.
34. I look older than you. I got to stop with the crack, dude.
You do.
But 34,
What?
and you're just recycling or just smashing new fucking
Bro,
dimes.
everything's extreme, bro.
Clearly, the science experiment of LA failed. Like, fuck LA for you. And you're acting like going to third world, they're not hot. They're hotter. Go to Colombia. When I went to Colombia, the 40-year-old women look better than the 20-year-olds in Rodeo, Calabasas, wherever. I'm telling you,
about
and
done, it's
I
about
think
done.
you should do a Nelk-style YouTube vlog series because the best part.
There's a better version of this.
Who?
Like I said,
Andrew Tate.
like I said,
Oh yeah, but
That's
Andrew's,
all this is.
like
It's
I
just
said.
less articulate, less funny, and
Yeah.
like I feel like Andrew Tate believes that shit more.
he's
Yeah.
reiterating his forefathers' points. It's
Yeah.
not. It's
He's another
nothing.
copy.
It's nothing original. It's like even I started to hate him in like the last minute because I was
Yeah.
like, damn, like all the fun that was there is kind of leaving.
Died out.
It's like
This is like when Tupac died and everybody was bald with a tank top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And man, like I said, if he's doing this for that reason, to just be, you know,
famous and have money.
famous and whatever money,
He's on point.
He's on point.
That really quick, sly, like crack line. For some reason, I really believed him for a second.
He does it all.
Because of his demeanor, but he
Yeah.
seemed more of like a cokehead.
He seems like a cokehead, but
Yeah.
it didn't like. It was like I don't know.
he seems more.
He was trying to be intentionally edgy. You know, he was like, let me
Yeah,
throw that
but it was
in.
like that could pass for you.
He seems like a pill popper, but I don't know. I don't even
No,
want to
he
put
talked
that
about
on
a
the
lot
guy.
of drugs that he used to do in the beginning of the podcast. I didn't. Now that we're like rewatching it, my screen recordings weren't the best, but I was driving and trying to do this at the same time.
Nigga, you risking your life for this nigga.
I was, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a little late on the topics kind of this week, so
But
I was like trying to. Sometimes it's hard for me to figure out what to screen record the first playthrough.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
because it's
You
so
gotta
many
sit through
different.
because I'm
parts.
trying to figure out what part to pull out that can have the conversation with, or that's like completely outlandish.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
But nah, this guy, these type of men, it's weird, right? Like how they talk about simps and like the disgust they have
Yeah.
is how I kind of feel about some of them. Like
Some
not
of them
him
in the-
specifically, but like
some of
their-
them in those extreme red pill spaces.
like, you know, just their actions, the way they move. Like I look
Yeah.
at them the same way. It's crazy how that works out.
Would you rather simp than be an alpha male influencer?
Good question.
Nah, I'll definitely be a
I think I'd rather be an alpha male.
yeah,
influencer.
Alpharonomy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Bookeronomy.
Yeah. I think I'd rather be.
Yeah, I'm gonna be preaching to these niggas.
Alpha male strategies.
Yeah.
But I guess if you were a simp, are you a rich simp or are you a broke simp? Are you a paycheck to paycheck simp or are you a simp with disposable income?
Oh, I'm the richest simp ever. I'm the richest trick.
You
Yeah.
a trick that has it.
Yeah.
Might not be that bad, I guess, right? Because I mean, if you have it, like a trick with disposable income is only hearing yeses because he's paying for all his yeses.
If tricking
know?
bring, but that's the thing. There's
But it's
things
the
in
respect
life
thing. Yeah,
that
you got to give up the respect though. So yeah, I can't do it.
it's things in life that should bring you happiness, and there's things in life that shouldn't bring you happiness. If making another woman happy brings you happiness, that
You
isn't your
probably eat
woman.
pussy.
That isn't your woman
No.
is a problem. But what do you mean about eating pussy?
I thought you was about to go off on making women come without having to come yourself.
Oh,
Something like that.
Oh,
I mean, that-
Some along those lines.
you could do that too.
But you just get off on, we have friends like that.
Yeah.
y'all ever hooked up with a chick who was like, you felt like you were racing you felt like she was in a race to get hers before you?
And definitely not a race, but I knew that it was on her mind.
Right,
This bitch
yeah.
trying to get in there too. She's had a long week.
I've only had one in particular that I could think of where it was like, but she was an older chick too. She was like, yeah, you said you had one? Oh, but she was like, she was older.
He
She was
learned
like
his lesson.
42. And she,
I heard older women, they don't play about that shit.
they don't. And it's like the way she was rushing, like I was like, why don't I like having sex with her? Because proportionally, this body is women pay for this body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I should be in a complete heaven right now.
But what you felt like?
But I couldn't enjoy it because it felt like you weren't enjoying it because you were more concerned with trying to get yours before I got mine. And in my mind, I'm like,
When she was riding you to death?
yeah, and it's like, bro, we should be enjoying each other to the point. First of all, I know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna shortchange you. I wanna come back. I want to return visit off this. You know what I'm saying? When you want to return visit, you make sure you do what you can do. You make sure you do your job so that she's excited to call you back, you know? So I'm already in that mindset. I'm not even in this selfish mindset. So it's offending me during sex that you're in a selfish mindset.
Like, bitch, you fucking up my audition.
Yeah, and now I don't feel like fucking you because I don't want to fuck a bitch who's in a selfish mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this dick ain't selfish, bitch.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nigga said you got my dick in you and you think about nothing.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I didn't like that, but that shit was crazy.
Oh no, I ain't never had a situation as serious as
Rushed.
that.
I've had a situation where she absolutely wanted to, but rushed. That's different.
She wasn't, and this is not a verbal, but you can feel that energy as y'all.
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
like this isn't just for me.
Yeah, it's like you all of a sudden feel like a toy and not a human.
Right.
I'm
Piece of
fine with
meat.
being an object.
Yeah, I don't mind being objectified.
Not me.
Yeah.
I like to be a human. You bet you're going to treat me like a human. I've had girls try to treat me like groupies will try to do that. They'll try to like treat you just like as this officer. You know what? Now I feel like telling you all about me.
Oh, you don't like it when they roll out of bed and just slap the money on the dresser?
It depends.
You know,
Depends on if I signed up for that.
I was about to say,
I said how I feel. I said how this situation's going. You know what I'm saying? If you come in just trying to use me for some good dick, it's probably not going to go well for you.
but at the same time, if you use her just because of her body,
In proportions.
who's worse? You get what I mean? Like, who's more wrong? Like the gold digger or you
She is
using
because
her?
mine normally comes with more things anyway. You might get a date out. I'm probably gonna feed you. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck around, finger pop
I'm
your
still
shit.
providing more in this situation, even if I'm just using you for that. Like, women don't have to take you on a date. If you want to do that, you need to take me on a date, and you're paying. And I'm gonna enjoy myself, and I'm gonna run up the tab. I'm getting at least 2 drinks.
Dessert.
Yeah, exactly. You sure you don't want to dessert? Yeah, like if you want to use me as that, that's fine. We can do a gender. We can switch role, and you need to court me now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Trading places.
yeah, and I'm okay with that. But because that's normally, even if I'm using you for that, I have to still do a bare minimum level of that. You know what I'm saying?
Courting.
So, of courting, if you want to call, you know. So yeah, you got to do the same thing with me. I ain't finna get this dick just for fun.
Yeah, and it's your body, your choices. But after all that
Goddamn right.
whining and dining, you don't feel like consenting to cunnilingus?
You can't have it.
You don't have to.
Nope.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, I get real stingy with it.
She ain't
sometimes.
entitled to shit.
No more jokes after the date, nigga.
No more jokes. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
know, I didn't think the tip that you left was appropriate.
Right.
You know,
I was a little stingy with that. I ain't like that.
You're not even qualified for me anymore.
You didn't like the body language when she got the bill.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Because
this bitch might not have it.
I ain't like the way you treated the waiter.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how I get with it, son, for sure. Like, yeah, if they pull up, they just expecting that I'm gonna give it to them. Yeah, they gotta work twice as hard for it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It said twice as hard. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Hey man, here at Menace, we all hard in these hoes. You know what I'm saying? Believe that.
Oh man.
Tough love.